Rice is Asia's economically and culturally most important food crop. Its production is regarded as the single most important economic activity on the planet.
So may purpose anang patubigan siya tayo pagka na magtortol. Na tortol?
When the land has been flooded, the farmer would use a turtle machine to soften the soil. This is done to smoothen the soil and to achieve a better tilth for a better growth of the rice plant. The field then should be level evenly using a wooden plank or leveler. This is to make sure that the field is flat and for water to be evenly distributed in all parts of the field. The seeds are soaked first for 24 hours. Then, it will be incubated for 2 days before it can be ready for planting. Planting can be done either by transplanting or direct seeding. The common way of planting rice in the Philippines is by transplanting. A tie of uprooted rice seedlings is equivalent to 1 pesos. During transplanting, the field should be drained. 10 days after planting, the field will be filled again with water, but apply a herbicide and molicide first, before flooding the field with water, in order to avoid the growth of weeds. But there are some weeds that needs to manually done, by hand.
Pila ni ka hektarya?
Sa hektarya ito nga.
Kanita nandre?
Yun ang ako taman.
Sa isa ka hektarya tay, pila pud ang kanang ma-income?
The yield income per hectare depends on the growth of the rice plant.
Pero na po mga panahon tayo nga malugi mo.
Yes, of course, especially if the weather is not good. Actually, we have so much losses from our last cropping due to continuous rainfall and strong winds that makes the plant bend down. One of the rice farmer's problem is the irrigation of water. The farmer would only use a pump machine to flood the field. Applying of synthetic fertilizers can be done 15 days after transplanting. Next application will be done 45 days after transplanting. The growing period of a rice plant will take 3 to 4 months before harvest. It would take 2 cropping seasons in a span of 1 year, but if there is good irrigation system, a 3 cropping would be possible to achieve. The only problem that they want to get solved is the lack of water supply. Fortunately, the National Irrigation Administration has finally started to work with it, and they are now waiting for it to reach on their area. For the moment, the farmers uses water pumps to irrigate the field. When it is time for harvest, the farmer would use a harvester machine, a modern and efficient way of harvesting rice. This provides the farmer an easy and faster way of harvesting rice, as it already combines the 6 operations, which is very convenient to farmers. The group of students also went to other rice farm located in Mandigao, Bunawan, Agusan del Sur. Ma'am Arlene, a resident in the said area and also a farmer, has give us her spare time for us.
Kung sa mga kasagaran ginagamit niyo nila isang pagtulungan ng hektarya ito basakan, kung sa ginagamit niyo nagagamit ko ng makina.
Like the usual practices, the farmer would use a turtle machine as a first process for land preparation.
Pero wala mo nagagamit ng kabaw-kabaw nga kalaro ma'am or di man wala naman. Atong basakan ma'am, like example na magiging yung mga tawag na itong mga dangan o mga sagot. Kasi pumagi din nyo lang sa mga sagot ma'am. Spray lang ba inyo or nagkatrabaho ko
They used herbicide as well as hand weeding, same as the first interviewee.
So, direkta sa ano ma'am, control of insect pest disease. So, kung sa kasagaran mga problema ninyo sa basakan ma'am, for example, akong problema sa ilaga,
Black bugs and stem borers are the common insect pest problem of rice field farming here in Bunawan.
Days before mag-harvest?
It can be harvested in 3 to 4 months, but it depends on its variety. Since the farmer has a harvester, it would be direct sacking.
Mr. Ma'am, no?
So, direct lagi sa
So na. Pag harvest ninyo ana, tikibali, mga pila pud ka sako ang inyong ma-consume ana kibali. Sa
Karon,
tibuok
ma'am.
ninyo nga karon nga ano, karon nga harvest ninyo.
They're not sure at this time if they can harvest 50 sacks of rice, since their 2 boxes of rice field are poorly working due to lack of water.
Ano ninyo ron ting gamay inyo.
Wala gani ka bunga ang ako ang kuan o upat ka ang kuan. Wala na kakahon. Siguro pa. Isa, wala nagbunga kay init.
Amo ako og tubig te para sa kuan.
Irrigation.
Wala irrigation.
They do not have irrigation for their farming. They are dependent in rain-fed.
Di ka dito ng mga tubig ng mga pasubay ka pa. Wala. Hindi.
O kanilang
Last cropping, they used irrigation through pump machine in their near stream. Since that time, crude oil is just cheap.
Hawon mo
When everything became expensive, such as crude oil, they stopped using pump machine. They became dependent in rain-fed. Since they're dependent on rain-fed, they will wait until it rains before they began to plant. If only the buying of rice are high, they can still afford to buy a crude oil for the water pumps as their irrigation or other matters needed for rice production. The methods they used of rice planting is by transplanting. They will have to deal with their laborers to have their field prepared and planted. The harvesting period of the plant will depend upon its variety. Farmers here also have a problem with their road for transportation, because the bridge is broken and hasn't yet been fixed, so it's very hassle for their parts, cause the trucks and machine are difficult to pass through and reach on their area. They were hoping that they could get a response of assistance and help by the government. Rice production in the Philippines is an important aspect of the country's food supply and economy. It is a major food staple and a mainstay for the rural population and their food security. It is mainly cultivated by small farmers in holdings of less than 1 hectare. Aside from the diet and culture, rice also plays a huge part on providing income sources for Filipino families, especially the farmers who work day and night just to provide food not only to their own, but to all Filipinos that are dependent on rice to sustain the day-to-day nutrient needs. In the immediate future, the main challenges for rice production may include increasing demand for rice from population growth, the limited possibility for expanding harvested area, declining rice yield growth, and low returns from rice production. To meet and sustain the needs of the growing population, the rice production has to be enhanced with good management practices, with shrinking availability of land and water resources condition.
This is Ma'am Jenna moments later.